I know there's lots of stories about my auntie Nellie Smith. Did a lot of charity work, and she married, in later years she married Butch Blake, and the Archibald Blake Clinic out at Narwin Village was established by Mrs Archibald and my auntie.
Oh, really?
Auntie Nellie Blake. That was the first health clinic in Armidale, Archibald Blake Clinic. I think there's a lot of health problems there because, people, the first Aboriginal settlement, well, there were a number of Aboriginal settlements in Armidale. There's one on top of where the lookout is now, up in North Hill. It's mainly where my family lived. They were all Anawin people. They lived up there up the top of Jessie Street. In fact, Jessie Street is named after my great-grandmother, Jessie Widders. She was the eldest person who lived up there, so they named it Jessie Street. But there was another camp out Crooks Road, north, not the current one, but out north, up the end of Erskine Street. There was another one on the Arboretum, behind Kentucky Street on the southern side, and then there was another one on Long Swamp Road. That was an Aboriginal reserve, a land reserve, and set aside for Aboriginal people, but it was right next to the tip. And people used to say, you come from the dump. And Aboriginal people lived there, right next to it. And from what I understand, what I was told, was that there, in that settlement where a lot of people lived, a lot of Aboriginal people lived, there wasn't good facilities. There was no running water, there was no electricity, obviously, there was no facilities there at all, no sewage, no sanitation. So it wasn't a really good, healthy place to live, as you could expect.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the 40s and 50s. And,
Oh, really?
yeah.
That's not long ago at all.
No. And there was people like Dr. Kent Hughes, and every Aboriginal kid born in, I think, the 40s and 50s and 60s in Armidale were most likely delivered by Dr. Kent Hughes. She was a white doctor here.
Yeah.
This place here is called after Kent House and Hughes House.
Oh.
She used to live in this house.
Oh, really?
This was her surgery and this was her house.
Wow.
She took it, she saw that a lot of Aboriginal kids were dying and they were sick, and she called out to the Armidale community to say these people need proper housing, they need proper water, they need proper sanitation, they need a good life. They can't live on the tip, on the dump.
Yeah.
So there were 14 houses built out there by the Aboriginal Protection Board back in the late 1950s. But it took 6 Aboriginal kids to die before that was done. And then the Save the Children preschool was set up.
Yeah.
Save the Children Fund come here and they set up a soup kitchen where they can provide food, but also a preschool, which over the years has become Minimba.